Seems to look good. What's going on, everybody? Good to see you. Kenny here, also known as Silent85. Welcome to a live gamer log. We're going to be opening up this, which is really awesome. You'll have to forgive the camera. It's probably a little weird right now, but I wanted to do a background, but the house is a mess. What is that? What's that right there? That's weird. I don't know what that is. That's really odd. But anyway, give me 1 minute. I'm just getting some things set up here. Chat to show. This is kind of a new thing for me, so. Hey, Tech, what's up, man? Good to see you. It's been a while. Okay, chat's going, so I think we're good. I'm still working on the resolution. Y'all forgive me. I know it's a little flat right now, or wide. But that's what we're doing. I also wanted to show off my mug. Check that out, Game Boy. Yeah, dude, it's good to see you as well. Hopefully life's been doing good. We're currently live on YouTube and Twitch right now. This is we haven't done an opening for anything in a long time, so this is gonna be kind of cool, kind of chill. We're doing Forspoken here in a couple hours. We're gonna start around 8, so we'll probably be here for about an hour or so, give or take. I don't know how many packs are in here. So there's a pre-constructed deck, 200 reprinted cards, a commemorative PR card, a quick starter guide, and a reversible player mat. Okay, so if there's 200 cards, there's probably about 20 packs in here, give or take. That should be pretty cool. All right, hold on a minute. All right, I just want to make sure we're picking up the best sound here. Actually, let me try this a different way. This way. Set that right there. Probably going to pick up a little bit better. Hope. But let's go ahead and open this up. So again, Final Fantasy trading card. I've been a long time Final Fantasy fan, but I've never had any trading cards. This is really, really cool. Very awesome. By the way, this is a bit unplanned. Of course, I mentioned this during the Crisis Core reunion stream, but there's that. Anniversary Collection 2022. That's cool. Of course, that's got. I'm not a big fan of this rendering of Squall. Honestly, he looks a little like a douche. But cool art, though. Let me see something. Hold on a minute. What's it showing? Where is it? Hold on a minute. Close. I don't think Restream's going. Yeah, there it goes. Okay. I just got done watching Ghost. Ghost was a fantastic movie. Still is. Even to this day. Okay, I'm just going to put the camera right here. Go from there. It's so weird how the shadows work on this. Really weird. All right. I need something to open this up. I just don't know. And that ought to work. Yeah, the green screen effect isn't perfect, but it works. I like it. Probably getting some ASMR in here a little bit. All right. Y'all are going to see this with me. Oh, dude, it's a vast emptiness. Now, let me, the green screen's messing up, so. Oh, okay, so here's the playmat. It's got Midgar in it. This is really cool. Let me get some more room here. My desk is a total chaos zone, and it's driving me nuts. Driving me nuts. Okay. Here's the playmat. I'll do a pre-recorded gamer log. Showing more details of this, but or maybe I'll just put a. There's that. You can just see different Final Fantasy characters. And then there's that. Actually, what? Let me switch this up. Hold on. My place is going to be a mess. I'm going to warn you right now. My place is a total mess. But hold on a minute. This isn't really working out like I'd hoped it would. Let's see. Let's disable. Let's go ahead and disable that. That's not really working either. Alrighty. Show background. There we go. All right. Everything's a total mess right now, but, you know, forgive it. It is what it is. That's all I can say, and I can't say no more. Total mess. Oh my God, I hate looking at it. But anyway, I got a clean house. I mean, there's nothing like disturbing or whatnot, but like the right here, the Swiffer jet that I've been using on my floors just to keep the place clean a little bit. But you know, it's a work week. It's been a crazy week. Anyway, here's the let me go ahead and there. Okay, here's the playmat. There's that. And then there's that. It's pretty cool. Hey, maybe I can talk Lady Psylocke into playing with me. Never know. She had a pretty rough day. If y'all see this, definitely be sure to send out some good vibes. That'd be awesome. Oh, wait. These are booster. Oh, wait, there are some booster packs in here. Okay, so this is. I don't know what this is. I'll show you. Deck instructions, really cool. Deck must contain 60 cards. You can only have up to 3 copies of the same card. Interesting. Okay. Let's see. These are never easy to get out. Okay, there's that. What is all this? Okay, here's the cards. I thought they would come in packs, but I guess it's easier to do it that way. That. It's the box, pretty much empty. So Now, let's look at the goodies. There's supposed to be some really good cards in here. Ooh. Dude. These cards have a matte finish. What? Holy cow. Okay. So. Wow. This is really... I can't wait to go through these. We're going to show these off for sure. Tell you what, this is going to bother me. I'll be right back. Can't believe I started this cleanup. Okay. Stuff's a mess. We back? Yeah, we're back. All right. Give me 1 minute. Just got to fix something here on YouTube. Got to fix these descriptions and whatnot. We'll do gaming. Actually, we'll do people and blogs. Why not? Save. Okay. Cool. There we go. A little happier with that. Okay. We'll go and open this pack first. It's got Squall on the front. Really cool. These are really nice cards, too. Wish I had fingernails. I do not have fingernails. I bite my nails. It's a bad habit. It's a really bad habit. Wait a minute. Let me do something. Ooh, that's loud. I get it. I didn't get it. Ugh, I always have trouble with this. Unintentional addiction. Well, I'd straighten up a little bit. The nail biting, I've been doing that for years, to be honest. It's pretty common, I would say. Although, you know, your parents try to break you, but mine was not successful, unfortunately. But I wish I had like a 2-camera setup, like one pointing down here and then one facing me, but haven't been able to set that up yet. I didn't even plan on doing this, but we were playing a Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core reunion. We beat it the other night, and I learned about Minerva. And I was like, who is Minerva? And I've been a fan for a while. Minerva is a goddess, and she's apparently got a card in the card game. So I was like, wait, they have a card game? What? I mean, I knew they had, like, you know, the card games in the actual Final Fantasy VII and 8, like the digital cards, but I saw these, and I was like, ooh, I gotta get those, and then do an opening. So, all right. And again, these are really cool. So that's the back. And again, it's got like a really nice finish on it. All right, let's see. Who do we got? Now, there's a shiny Squall, which is really cool. Here is another Squall. It's actually 3 Squalls. Ooh! Another Squall. Oh, wow. These are really awesome. So, you got a Kingdom Hearts level Cloud there. Let me get that to focus. There it is. Which is really awesome. His name is Soldier. The 9,000... Let's say this is an EX. I don't know what EX means. There's another cloud. Here is a Dataluma. Right there. I'm guessing that's a summon of some sort. That's cool. Another Dataluma. We got a Sage. This is really cool because they're going back. This isn't just a particular Final Fantasy. They do have a Crystal Power, which is right. Hey, Miss Psylocke, how are you? Right there, Miss Lady Psylocke. That's Sage. That looks like Final Fantasy 5, 6. Crystal Power, up there in the corner. I'm guessing that's relative to their summon cost to bring them out on the field. There's another Sage. I wish this was easier to do, but... Oh! Ooh! Favorite character. One of my favorites. Vivi from Final Fantasy IX. This guy is so awesome. He's so cool. He doesn't talk much. I think he did in Kingdom Hearts. I mean, he does talk in the actual game. Like Final Fantasy IX, but you don't actually hear his voice, so I don't know what he sounds like. Recovering from today. Oh, yeah. Well, I mentioned you earlier. I was asking everybody to send out some positive vibes. Both everybody viewing right now and people that watches the video later. Here's a Black Mage, which is really cool. That's some awesome art. Crystal Power of 2. These cards are really... I shouldn't have seen that. They are really high quality. I mean, these are really, really nice. I got 2 Black Mages. We got Belios. I believe this guy is a summon. Belios. I believe he's from Final Fantasy 12. Actually, it looks like I'm flipping you off. I believe he's from Final Fantasy 12. But I could be wrong on that. I'm pretty sure Belios is 12. Maybe it's 11. Maybe it's Final Fantasy 11. I don't remember. King of the Dragons. Bahamut. Which is really awesome. I love this guy. There's so many variations of Bahamut in Final Fantasy. It's ridiculous. You had Bahamut in Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VIII. I'm pretty sure he's in 9 too. He is in 10. He's in Crisis Core Reunion. There's Bahamut Zero. There's just all kinds. It's crazy. So that's really... Oh! Ooh! Ooh, check this out. Speaking of Final Fantasy X, by the way, 3 more Bahamuts. I got 3 Bahamuts. One of the sweetest, most dedicated women in the Final Fantasy universe, Miss Yuna. And it's glossy. She is a summoner from Final Fantasy X. been through a lot of shit, been engaged, was going to get married to a total psychopath, but we broke that up. It was just, it's awesome. That's a great card. I like that. So it was one of Cloud and one of Yuna. Or a glossy of Squall and one of Yuna. Okay, here is a Viking, which is really cool. Again, art from what looked like 5 or 6, could be 4, give or take. I wish they told you, like, they don't really tell you what series it's from. It'd be nice, but... Oh, wait, no, it does. Yeah, it does. He's from 3. You can see there's a game, if I can get it on there. Right across from my fingers, it says the numeral 3. Right above the 2000, straight up. It says the name, the game number. That's really cool. So another Viking. Layla from Pictologica 2? Final Fantasy 2, maybe? There she is. And again, I wish I had a better setup to show these off, y'all. I really do, but I'm working with what I got, so that's why this is taking a bit. But I haven't done a gamer log in a while, a live one anyway, so here we are. It's been a heck of a week, and this is just really cool to chill out with. And then, of course, here in a little while, we're starting Forspoken. What? These, I think these pictures are being taken from Final Fantasy... Oh, what's the name of the fighting game? They have a fighting game. I forget what it's called. I was even a part of the beta. I just can't remember. There's Zidane. Final Fantasy IX. It's really awesome. He is the main protagonist. Kind of a monkey boy. He literally has a tail. Pretty funny. Okay, so there's another Zidane. And again, I wish I could explain how high quality these cards are. It's just crazy. This is Param from Final Fantasy IV. Or Param, something like that. That's her. Really cool. We got 2 more of her. And we got Ash. Dude. Awesome. Ash from 12. I don't think she appears in any other games that I know of. She was exclusive to Final Fantasy 12. Which is just really, really cool. She's a princess. A warrior, too. A fighter. Another badass chick in Final Fantasy. There's something to be said about the women in Final Fantasy, because this is a series that doesn't exactly discount the females. You know, it doesn't, like, say, like, you need a man to rescue you and all that. No, most of the time, these chicks can save themselves. They don't need anybody. In fact, if anything, they're saving everybody else. You know, so... I think Tifa from Final Fantasy VII is probably one of the most hardcore but sweetest girls in the series. Okay, now this is A.K.A. A.K.A. is a summoner. I don't know. I'm not sure I should show this. Because here's the thing. Look up A.K.A. if you want to in Final Fantasy, E-I-K-O. I'm not going to show this because I believe it could probably trigger some sort of community guideline here on YouTube. But if you look at her, her character model, it's kind of questionable if you look at it. So I'm not going to show this, but it's so weird. But again, E-I-K-O. Feel free to look up her character rendering from Final Fantasy IX. She's a really cool character, but I don't know. I think she's a clone of some sort. So anyway, bit of a questionable character. I I feel it's against my better judgment not to show that. So there we go. Whoa. Okay. Speaking of Final Fantasy IX, this right here is Queen Braun. Now, Queen Braun is a villain, and she is the princess's mother in Final Fantasy IX. She is both a villain and she is not, because she actually loves her daughters, but spoilers, she makes a lot of really bad choices in the game. A lot of bad choices. She becomes a bit, let's just say, enthralled. And so it's I'll just leave it at that. Okay, so this is Merlwyb from Final Fantasy XIV, which Final Fantasy XIV is online. Right there. Final Fantasy XIV is an online game. I actually have an account. I just haven't played. Like, I think I got to like level 5 and then I stopped. I don't know why. So we got 2 more of him. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, it's kind of awkward. But hey, Japanese, Japanese animation. They're a lot less reserved than we are over here. Although we're getting that way. We're getting that way. Okay. Here's a favorite. Lightning. That's a foil card. Shiny, basically. From Final Fantasy 13. Final Fantasy 13. There was 13.1 and 13.2. And 13.3. Lightning Returns. About the only... I think it's the only saga-based mainstream Final Fantasy game. There is Final Fantasy, the Crystal Saga, which I think is 4 or 5 games, but it may have recurring characters in it, but I think it's really more about the crystals themselves. The crystals are a power source, and they're a part of the universe in Final Fantasy. Every Final Fantasy is a different universe, but they all connect depending on what series you're playing. The Kingdom Hearts series, which... if you're not familiar with, is Disney and Square Enix. Obviously, Final Fantasy intersects with that, but I don't think it's a part of the main universe. I think it's just a part of its own universe, and Final Fantasy just happens to be a part of it. But I could be wrong on that. So anyway, those are the main cards. Those are the main hero cards I think that we got. Now, we got some more, which is really cool. We got these. There's multiples in here, so this won't be like all over the place, but there's some in here I don't recognize. There will be some I do, and there are multiples. This is Lebro from Final Fantasy 13. I don't recognize her. 13, I don't recognize Lebro. I wish I did, but I don't. Looks like a cool character, though. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay, that's a backup. Okay. I gotta learn the mechanics of this game. Here is Mont Blanc. He is I believe he's a Moogle type creature from Final Fantasy Tactics Advance on Game Boy Advance, which was a really cool game if you never played it. Cute little guy. This is Selfie, the OG Selfie before selfies became a thing. She's from Final Fantasy IX. Miss you too. That's really cool. That's really cool. It's like a chibi character. That's awesome. And this is... who is this? I think this is Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. This is Meath. Meath is really cool, although I never really got into Crystal Chronicles, sadly. I don't know why. I think it was just I just liked the Final Fantasies that concentrated on a specific story. Hmm. This is Final Fantasy Type 0. That is a Moogle Class 2nd Moogle from Final Fantasy Type 0. Never played 0. Never played Type 0. Here is Marsh from Final Fantasy Tactics March, I think. March. Final Fantasy Tactics Advance again. This is really cool. I played Tactics, but I never played Advance on Game Boy Advance. I think I might have played it for a little bit, but I never beat Tactics. And Tactics originally came out on PlayStation. Huh. Oh, man. Okay. This is cool art, but I would have preferred her original character model. This is Renoa from Final Fantasy VIII. She was the general's daughter. We're currently playing through Final Fantasy VIII here on the channel. It's taking a while. We're getting there, though. This is Argath from Final Fantasy Tactics. Obviously, Final Fantasy is not short of characters in this universe. It is a huge, huge, very in-depth universe. It's insane. Oh, and I wish I had a glossy of him, but I do not. Wow. Bit of a dark mage here. He makes everybody discard 2 cards, but that's Mr. Sephiroth. The original one-winged angel himself. Which is really cool. We have Duke Larg from Final Fantasy Tactics. I can get it. There it is. I'm going to kind of hurry along here a bit if y'all don't mind. Here is Mog from Final Fantasy 13-2, which I don't remember. I think this was the one where you play as Lightning's sister, and you can. It was the first entry where you could tame characters or you could tame beasts, capture them. Here is Jibby Nabat from 13. I don't recognize her. Or them, I should say. It's funny because actually some of these characters are gender fluid. And some are actually transgender. So very progressive. Gestalian Empire Sid. This is from Final Fantasy VI. This is one of the odder characters. To get that to come up. There he is. Sid appears in all of Final Fantasies. He's a recurring character. Biggs and Wedge, recurring character. Characters, I should say. Here's Sid from World of Final Fantasy, which I have played a little bit of. I own it. I just haven't beaten it. It's an interesting game, interesting concept. And definitely kind of cool, kind of innocent too. I like it. Here is all Mobius or Doom Train from Final Fantasy VIII, or Mobius. Glacia Labalis. He looks like Doomdrain from Final Fantasy VIII, but anyway, summon that you can get in Final Fantasy VIII, which is really cool. That's some awesome artwork. Kind of haunting in a way. Here is Isael from Final Fantasy XIV. Very cool. I like doing this, by the way. This is really kind of cool. I'm sharing a new interest with everybody. I don't know. I mean, some people may not take any interest in this. That's fine. But, you know, it is what it is. A big shout out to Tech and Lady for popping in so far. Here's Hurdy from Final Fantasy Tactics Advance 2. That's some cool artwork. I like that. Moogle. He is a Moogle. Okay. I guess Moogers Moogles in some universes have longer rabbit ears instead of looking like a stuffed animal, which is cool. And Moogle is obviously a creature type. Here is a class 9th Moogle from Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, or Type 0, sorry. Type 0. And again, I never played Type 0, so I'm not real sure on some of these. Oh. Well, here is Terra. I believe this is for Nintendo. I think this was remade for Nintendo DS or 3DS, but it's Terra from Final Fantasy VI. There's Terra. I vaguely remember Terra from 6, but she was a bit of a princess, and Terra, the story was about magic and technology. Magitech, like they have Magitech armor, stuff like that. So, hey, he too. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, these are new cards for me, like brand new. I've never even bought some, so we're just sharing them and showing them off. Okay, so that was Terra. Here is Nagmeloda from Final Fantasy 11. I played Final Fantasy 11 for a short time on PlayStation 2 back in the day. And it was pretty cool. Member of the Arma Throne Society. PlayStation 2 was interesting because if you ever played an online game on PlayStation 2, you had to buy a network adapter that attached on the back. And Final Fantasy 11 was the first game I think that I'd ever actually played that I had to have, or you had to pay monthly to play it. The software was really buggy because it was a first release at the time for that. They did a really good job, but when you bought it, it came with a hard drive. You had to get a hard drive for the PlayStation 2. There was a big cargo in the slot, the fat PS2. The hard drive would go in the back, and you could play the game like that. You couldn't load it from a disc, not like normal games, because the game was way too big. So it was a very massive initiative from Squaresoft. I'm pretty sure they were Squaresoft then, or did they become Square Enix? But yeah, so anyway. Yeah, it was really, really weird. Actually, I've still got the original game in the PS2 back there. I'll show it off in another gamer log at some point. But yeah, it was pretty crazy. And one of my favorites. He was redone for Mobius. But this is Diablos. Diablos is a different rendering for Diablo. Not Diablo from Blizzard, like Diablo 1, 2, and 3, but Diablos from, he was in 8. I'm pretty sure he was in 9, and he was obviously in Final Fantasy Mobius. So, anyway, really cool. Great summon. Next, we have Y'shtola from Final Fantasy XIV. Y'shtola, again, I'm not familiar with the characters because I'm not a big 14 fanatic. I barely played, but Very cool. The and I forget what they're called, but these rabbit type characters that are tall and look like that, um, I think they come from Ivalice. I'm pretty sure Final Fantasy XIV is based in Ivalice, which is where Final Fantasy XII is based. I think I could be wrong on that, but the character from Final Fantasy XII, I forget her name too, but she is partners with the pirate, the lead pirate in the game. I forget his name. I'm so bad with names, but anyway, I think her character inspired those characters from 14. Although I could be wrong on that. Here is another Zidane. We had some of him earlier, which is really cool. So I do. Actually, I do. Top 3 would be Final Fantasy VIII, Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy IX, 10, and 10-2. That mostly because I grew up on those, and it wasn't until later that I got into the later games. Now, I don't like those would be my top 5 anyway. 8 would definitely be my top. I am an 8 fanboy, so. But I like 7 too. And the remakes are great. What about you? I guess then you might be a bit of a Final Fantasy fan or just kind of curious about it. Here's Ritz. That's a Ritz from Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. Let's see what time it is. Okay, we got time. We're going to probably be here for another half an hour, and then I got to take a break, and then we're streaming Forspoken. But I wanted to do this live because it was just really cool. Here is... Whoa, wow. This is Maria from Final Fantasy II. This is the oldest game so far. I want to see some from the original Final Fantasy, but I'm not sure we're going to see some. But that's really cool. We have Asura from Final Fantasy IV. Oh, 10 played a couple after. Nice. Yeah, they're great games. I love them because they're the classic. Most of them are the turn-based classic RPGs, which I loved growing up on. Here is Izana from Final Fantasy Type 0, which is great. The camera's making weird things with the colors. Remake of 7 looks beautiful, but I like the fight system. Yeah, the hack and slash RPG element, the action RPG element, I like it a lot, but I'm with you. I definitely still prefer, although I grew up on it, some of it, like old school biased in that way. But yeah, I know what you mean. That was definitely agree. Here's another Zidane. Zidane was again from Final Fantasy IX. That's the original character. And here, oh, hold up. What does this mean? Okay. There is a difference, and I don't know what this means because, again, I'm not entirely familiar with the rules of this game yet, but Virgil, what's up, man? So look at the top of the cards right here. You'll see a difference in the banners, and that's a Cactuar, by the way, another great character. You'll see a difference in the banners. Zidane, this is Cactuar, and this is Zidane. Cactuar looks like it's a bit more rare, I think, because it's got like something around the banner there, while Zidane, his name looks normal. So that might have to do with rarity by chance, but I honestly don't know. I'm going to have to find out on that. But that's Cactuar. Cactuar is always fun. Here is Sammy Lefina from Final Fantasy XI. That's cool. Again, another very big-eared character. Most of the recomposed soundtracks are just too good. See, that's what the girlfriend loves about. My girlfriend loves about the series is the soundtracks. I mean, the soundtracks are just amazing, and I agree, they are. God, they're so amazing. We're going to see a concert next month, a piano concert for Final Fantasy, and I'm really looking forward to that. Here is Norse Talon from Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. Very cool. And again, I wish I had a better way of showing these cards, y'all. I really do. But it is what it is. I need a better setup for it. Ooh, we got another rare one. I think. There's a monster. Unsaganashi. Unsaganashi. Which is really cool. They're from Final Fantasy 13. That's cool. It's kind of evil. The one-eyed monster. Here's an Echo from Mobius. I don't recognize her. I need to check out Mobius, though. I'm seeing some really cool stuff here. Final Fantasy Mobius. Is Mobius? I wonder if Mobius is a portable game. Or Android game. Could be portable. Here is a Class 8th Moogle from Final Fantasy. What is that? Is that Crystal Type 0? Type 0. Cool little guy. Here is this is a Chocobo. Interesting. There actually is, technically, that's... But, oh, well, no. This is from World of Final Fantasy. It's a character, but she's dedicated to Chocobos. I haven't gotten a Chocobo card yet, per se, but we'll see. That is Chocolate from Final Fantasy, World of Final Fantasy. She's obviously a Chocobo fan. Although, the button Chocobo eyes there kind of make it look like she has a dead Chocobo's head on, which is kind of morbid a little bit, but I see what they were going for. That's one thing about the Final Fantasy universe. Kind of some twisted... There's some crazy stuff going on, man. Crazy stuff. Okay, this is Final Fantasy 11, and this has no... This is an art card. There's no frame. See, like, there's no box for the bottom text or whatnot. It's just the art. And that crystal power right here. 7? That's the highest I've seen so far, which means this guy must be fairly powerful. The effect is, if it's on the field, it gains elemental fire, ice, wind, earth, lightning, and water. When it enters the field, remove all forwards from the game. So it obviously gains elemental damage and absorption of all types. That sounds pretty powerful. But again, I don't know the reason for that. Dude. Okay, another card. This is Gabranth from Final Fantasy 12. A very powerful character in the game. I don't know how he plays out in the cards, but I'm not sure. I wish I knew. He's definitely got some stuff going on down here, though. So, I can't wait to learn more about this game. It's really cool. Here is Inacross. Sorkane? I think her name is backwards. Like, they put her name backwards because I think her name actually might mean something if you take it and put it backwards. Sorkane or Sorkin. Sorkane. Hard to say, but she's from World of Final Fantasy. So, it's really cool. Here is another summon from Final Fantasy Tactics. This is Titan. Titan was also in Final Fantasy 15, I believe. He's an Earth-based, I believe. So that's really cool. Summons were a part of the reason why I fell in love with Final Fantasy. Okay, this breaks my heart. I'm not going to say anything because it might be spoilers. But if you guys have played the game, you know what I'm talking about. There's Jesse from Final Fantasy VII Remake and Intergrade. Anyway, moving on. Two more Jessies. We got Rydia from 4, Final Fantasy 4. She's kind of cool again. I don't really know a whole lot about her though. Crystal power's kind of low. She seems like more of a support card than anything. Here is... This is a summon. Hecatonshare. Hecatonshare? Yeah, from Final Fantasy 13. Hecatonshare. Definitely one of the more odd-looking summons. I'm not saying something for Final Fantasy. It's a lot of arms. I'm not even sure those are arms. I think they're blades. But that's cool. I'll tell you what card I would love to get is a... what's his name? He was in Final Fantasy X, X-2, and Final Fantasy VII, I believe. 7 Crisis Core. Yoshi, no. I keep wanting to say Yoshimitsu. It's not Yoshimitsu. Okay, here is Star Sybil from Final Fantasy XI. It's really cool. Another character. Online character. We have Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Epitaph. This is really cool. I think he's a king? Merchant, maybe? Nope, king. Yep, right there on the card. King. Looks like a king. I'm going to kind of breeze through these. Y'all bear with me. Another Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. Kulka. Or Kalka. Kalka. Could be Kalka. Cool looking guy. Looks kind of happy. Trustworthy. But then again, most of them look trustworthy. Until they threaten to destroy the universe. Which happens. Here is Mist Dragon. This is a summon from Final Fantasy IV. Very cool looking. A lot of people would say, well, that looks like a Pokemon. Final Fantasy was around right before Pokemon. Way before Pokemon, actually. I think about like 5 or 6 years. So keep that in mind. In fact, I would argue that if it was not for Final Fantasy, Pokemon probably wouldn't exist in some part. Here is a class 10th Moogle. Cool little guy with the glasses. He's smart. He studies. Here is Larkikis. He's a doctor from Crystal Chronicles. Damn, this dude takes it to another level. Look at this guy. Get a little closer with him. Look at that. It's like a Jekyll Hyde situation he's got going on. Good versus evil. Or maybe magic versus technology, because those look like automatons behind him. That's crazy. And he's a doctor. Ooh, oh, it's not who I thought it was. This is Final Fantasy 12. I thought it was Kate Sith. It's not Kate Sith. It's Kusith. maybe a cousin of Cait Sith, maybe the same species, different universe. Cait Sith is from Final Fantasy VII. Cat on top of a giant doll, basically. Here is a warlock from Final Fantasy IV, Golbez, maybe. Very cool looking. Check him out, a warlock. He reminds me of a... I don't know. Yeah, no, there is a lot of lore. And you're not the only one lost here. I mean, I've been a long-time fan, but I'm not sure on most of these. I'm just going by the game. Here's Mobius, Lunarian. No, I'm sorry. Fusoya, Morbius, and Final Fantasy IV. We'll just call him God, because he kind of looks like either God or a wizard. Or both. That's cool, though. Kind of cliche, wizard, but it is what it is. Oh, a favorite. Now, for those that have played 10, you'll recognize this lady. For various reasons. Lulu. From Final Fantasy X. And she is a guardian to Yuna from Final Fantasy X. Married to Wakka later, and they end up having a baby. Spoilers. Here's Gramus from Final Fantasy XII. Yeah. Final Fantasy XII. It's funny because I'm a World of Warcraft player too. I'm actually a guildmaster, and I've often compared mentally to who has the bigger lore base, World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy. I'm going to say Final Fantasy because I think it's been around longer. Final Fantasy's been around since 86? 86, I think? Or 87? Something like that. The very first Final Fantasy came out on NES, the Nintendo Entertainment System. Exodus, the Judge Sal. Dude, another summon from Final Fantasy 12. There you go. And if you don't know the story for Squaresoft, as it used to be known, they're now Square Enix. The studio was about to go bankrupt. They had made a couple of games, but Final Fantasy was their last one, was going to be their last one. But the game sold so well, they were able to save the studio. And the rest is history for today. But yeah, they named it Final Fantasy because it was going to be their final game. They weren't going to make anything more because they were about to go bankrupt. So they gave it one last shot, put out what they wanted to make in the game, called it their final dream, Final Fantasy, final game. And that's how the name stuck. Now, that's how official history tells it. Could be otherwise. It does confuse people because Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 16 now, as well as the spin-offs. People are like, why is it the Final Fantasy if there's like 16 of them? Well, that's the reason. Because you're not going to change the property of an IP if it's well known, I mean, if you change it from, let's say, Final Fantasy to First Telling, nobody's going to know it. So to sell a game, you stick with what people know. Comfort. They find comfort in the name. I know I do. Did you try to play that? Yeah, I did. I played 11 and 14 for a little bit anyway. They were good. But I don't know. I invest more of my time in World of Warcraft and more one-player based linear story games, especially for streaming and whatnot. So it's a good question. Okay, Final Fantasy IX, Freya. Freya, if I remember right, I could be wrong on this. But she had a technique in battle, or I think it's a she. She had a technique in battle where she would jump up and then a turn later jump back down. So she could survive AoE attacks that would wipe out the whole party if she did it in time. And again, turn-based. So King of Bermesia, Final Fantasy 9. Another 9 character. Kind of cool looking. I think it's a good reminder for the studio. Yeah, exactly. Lucky they are. I mean, they went on to do another series that I love, Tomb Raider, you know. But I think they just sold the rights to that. Or maybe they just published the game, but no, I think they sold the rights of Tomb Raider to somebody else. But here's hoping they do right by it. Okay, Illua from Final Fantasy Tactics Advance 2. Cute character. I don't know what that was. Here is Sid of Clan Gully from Final Fantasy Tactics Advance 2. Kind of looking like, who's the enemy from Zelda? Crap. He looks like, I can't remember his name. The main enemy from Ganondorf. So it looks like in the face. At least from, Ocarina of Time, anyway. Another familiar face, if you played 10, although it's kind of a chibi form. Seymour. Maester Seymour, the guy that was manipulating Yuna and wanted to marry her and possibly try to breed. Ugh. Thankfully, the team got there in time. Although it's really funny, if you've ever played 10, Seymour's soldiers, they look like soda cans because they had screw caps on their head. It looked like they had bottle caps on their head. Their helmets were. It was funny. No, he was. They, like, just much like Sephiroth in 7, you had like 3 battles with him throughout the game. It was insane. Here is Kane. Looking like he is a Dragoon. I was about to say he looks like a Dragoon. From 4. Kind of like a Robin Hood-esque looking Dragoon there. Kind of cool looking, actually. Very cool. Oh, I just saw something. I mentioned him earlier. I didn't know if I would get him, but I did. Now, this isn't the one I'm normally used to seeing, but Final Fantasy Type 0 summon Bahamut Zero. Badass. I wish I had a full art card, though, minus this thing. That'd be cool. He looks really awesome. A little bit of knowledge. Bahamut is the king of dragons. Tiamat is the queen of dragons. Depending on the lore, but normally that's how it goes. Another Moogle, class 6th. Again, from Type 0. I never got to play Type 0, so I don't know much about it. But obviously the Moogles have different rankings. Different classes, even. Here is Aldo from Final Fantasy. What is that? Final Fantasy 11. Again, online. I'm pretty sure they may have shut down 11. I think because they converted 11 into 14, or at least it was built on the same engine, but upgraded. Although I could be wrong on that. I'm not even sure if the servers are still live. You could probably Google that and find out for sure. But I know they're dead. The PlayStation 2 servers were shut down years ago. So it may still be alive on PC. But again, I could be wrong. Here's a Minwu. Ooh, again, another old one. From Final Fantasy 2. That's really cool. I think that's actually from the instruction manual. It's awesome. And here's another Miss Yuna. We now have 2 Yuna cards. 2 different types of Yuna cards. Again, Miss Yuna from Final Fantasy X. One of the most compassionate, sweetest characters, but a badass in her own right. It's just awesome. She was a summoner. And went through so much. Lost so many people just to save Spira, her planet. Her home. Oh, speak of the devil. And he shall appear. Here is Waka. Now, interesting note about Waka, his voice actor, if you've ever seen Futurama, the guy that, this is Titus right here now, by the way, main protagonist in the game. But that's Waka. John DiMaggio, if I'm right, I could be wrong. But John DiMaggio, the guy that voices Bender in Futurama, did Waka's voice in the PS2 game. I'm pretty sure. Here is Famfrit the Darkening Cloud from Final Fantasy XII. Which is really, really cool. Kind of cool looking. I'm not sure what to make of him, though. It's awesome. Here is Leonora from Final Fantasy IV. Kind of a white mage. An epopt? I'm not sure what an epopt is, but it must be a class. Kind of cute. The thing about the older games is that they didn't have a whole lot of artwork. The artwork was actually more in the instruction manuals. Although I think they released some in magazines at the time, like Nintendo Power, stuff like that back in the day. Kind of miss those days. Especially Nintendo Power. Strategy guides. I got a ton of strategy guides. I'm old. Strategy guides used to be a thing for me. In fact, here on the YouTube channel, you could probably find the videos where I go through the strategy guides. Here's a Class 4th Moogle. It's really cool. Old Dade said, yeah, exactly. That's when you got a game and you know what you were getting. You didn't have to wait for downloads and updates and whatnot. Ooh, I didn't want to see that. I wanted to be surprised, but I already saw it. Damn it. All right. I'll show you what I'm talking about. But here's a, that's a Class 4th Moogle. Wonder what a first class Moogle looks like. This is really cool. Really, really cool. We're getting to the end, by the way. I've only got a few more left. This is fantastic. Titus and Yuna. The cover artwork for the HD remasters, by the way. Summoner Guardian. This looks like a dual card. Glossy finish. Ugh, you want to talk about a power couple. These two. Man, very cool. That's awesome. I love that. I'm going to have to get a binder for these because I don't want them getting messed up. And, ooh, okay, we got two more. This is a goddess, apparently. I'm not sure where she comes from. I can't make it out. DFF. Something of Final Fantasy. Goddess of Harmony Cosmos. Cool looking character. Great artwork too, as always. That's another thing you can count on with Final Fantasy is artwork. The title pages alone, the title screens alone are awesome. And last, but not least, another god from Chaos. A god of Chaos from, again, I don't know the Final Fantasy. I wish I did. DFF, and I'm not sure what that's abbreviated for, but he's really cool. Reminds me of Frid in a way. So, that's really cool. Well, that is close to probably 180 cards shown. I don't know, probably close to 100 shown, but there's multiples of each. Close to 300 cards. Very cool. This was a great purchase. And obviously that's a Squall. That'll be for the trailer, for the thumbnail. But first investment in Final Fantasy trading cards. And there are like 4 other boxes I might try to get my hands on, but this is my first. Not my first trading card game. I've collected Magic, I've collected Yu-Gi-Oh!, I've collected Pokemon, I've collected Dragon Ball Z, I've collected baseball cards way back in the day, DC cards every so often. Girlfriend collects Marvel cards, big fan of Marvel, her and her brother. They collect the Marvel like action cards. And I've collected other stuff too, but it's mostly been Magic over the years, Magic the Gathering. I still play online. And so, you know, like I said, we were playing Crisis Core Reunion, and I saw these, and I was like, I need to get them. So I got them. But yeah, so anyway, so thank you all for hanging out. Hitsu, thank you for hanging out. Really cool with your engagement. I appreciate you, and I hope you have a good night. Big shout out to Virgil. It's good to see him. Tech Beyond, of course, Lady Psylocke. Popped in over on YouTube. I hope you guys and gals enjoyed it. We also had some markers. If you're watching as a video, I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any knowledge about the trading card game, feel free to drop it down below. Feel free to blow my mind with how long you've been playing, what you know, how many people you've defeated. Again, I did want to note, let me go to one of my favorites. The quality of these cards compared to other cards, the finish on the back, the sturdiness, they are not easy to bend. They are fantastic quality compared to, and I'm not saying one's better than the other, but compared to like Magic cards, I had them under my desk. The Magic cards, the quality is just amazing. And again, I think it's because these are printed less than these, but with that said, amazing, 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 amazing. And they will keep. I don't know how much they're worth, but they will keep. And to be honest, I don't really collect for worth. It's cool to know how much they're worth, but definitely worth it. So there's that. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Stay sane. Remember, you're awesome. Never let the world tell you otherwise. And we will be back in about half an hour to start Forspoken for the first time, which I'm excited for. We'll go from there. I'll see you guys later. Peace.